What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the man known as Money, Floyd Money Mayweather, had a lot of resemblance, or dare I say, undefeated two-division world champion, Olympic silver medalist, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson. 17 wins, no losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Stevenson, 24 years of age. Shakur Stevenson stands at 5'7" with a 68-inch arm reach. Shakur Stevenson had a dazzling performance tonight as he took the WBO, World Boxing Organization, strap from the longest reigning junior lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Jemel in dramatic fashion, stopping Jemel in the 10th round of the fight. But he clearly won every single round of this fight, putting on a dazzling performance. Prior to the fight, Shakur Stevenson, he stated, "I'm the next Floyd Mayweather. I'm on deck." And Floyd Mayweather, he approves of this message. Floyd Mayweather, according to reports, Floyd Mayweather has stated that he was impressed, or he's impressed by Shakur Stevenson. Now, we don't know if Floyd Mayweather watched the fight because we know Floyd Mayweather don't always sit down and watch boxing matches. Maybe Floyd Mayweather, he got word of what took place, that Shakur Stevenson, he looked absolutely out of this world, to say the least. He looked very slick, very fast, very accurate, put his combinations together beautiful. Changed levels on Jemel beautifully. Showed power. Showed slickness. A lot of resemblance to that of Floyd Mayweather. Fighting in the pocket. Swimming without getting wet, as the late great brother Nassim Richardson would say. He put on a dazzling performance in getting a 10th round stoppage over Jemel Jemel is not a walk in the park. 5'10", 72-inch arm reach, 35 years of age, been in big fights, been on the big stage, 26 fights in his career. He's been on that big stage. And for Shakur Stevenson to come in and put on this type of performance with only 16 fights, this was his 17th fight. And remember, a lot of people was already writing Shakur off, saying that he was boring after his fight with Nakatali. After that fight with Jeremiah Nakatalia, a lot of people were saying that Shakur Stevenson was boring. They was already ready to write him off. Shakur Stevenson, he showed that you can never write him off. Shakur Stevenson showed his resilience. And dare I say, Shakur Stevenson showed us resemblance of Floyd Mayweather in the ring tonight. Not so much a pretty boy Floyd, more so of Money Mayweather. Maybe a little bit of mixture of both. But as Shakur Stevenson would say, I'm the next Shakur Stevenson. But he did tell the world prior to this Jemel fight that he was going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. And indeed, tonight he lived up to that billing. And now he's called out fellow undefeated two-division world champion, who's the WBC junior lightweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer Oscar Valdez. Now, he's been trying to seek out a fight with Oscar Valdez for quite some time. But now we know Bob Arum, he's on record, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter who promotes Oscar Valdez. He promotes Shakur Stevenson, and he also promotes another world champion by the name of Emmanuel Navarrete. Okay? And when I sat down with Bob Arum, he stated that you could possibly see Navarrete take on Oscar Valdez next as he's looking to move up. Now, Shakur Stevenson, I asked Shakur Stevenson in the press conference about Oscar Valdez fight, and his performance tonight may have, see Oscar Valdez not want to accept this fight. And Shakur Stevenson said, well, Oscar Valdez is a Mexican superstar fighter, and those Mexican fans aren't going to allow him to duck. Now, Oscar Valdez, he's 30 wins, no losses, no draws, 23 wins by way of knockout, 30 years of age, 5'5.5" with a 66-inch arm reach. Okay, so Shakur Stevenson is 24. He's 6 years younger than Oscar Valdez. Shakur Stevenson is 5'8", so he's 3 inches taller than Oscar Valdez, with a 68.5, nearly 69. So he has nearly a 3-inch arm reach advantage over Oscar Valdez. Now, Oscar Valdez, he had a lot of controversy surrounding himself as he tested positive for banned substance amphetamine, and ahead of a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks ahead of his showdown with Olympic gold medalist, Cuban star boxer Robson Conceição. Okay, and with that said, Brazilian star boxer Robson Conceição, and he didn't put on the best performance against Robson Conceição. Actually, many people thought that Robson Conceição won that fight. Now, one can state that maybe Oscar Valdez, he had a lot of pressure on him, because a lot of people were saying that the fight should not be taking place, that he should be suspended, so on and so forth. Okay, so there's a lot of pressure on Oscar Valdez going into that fight. But most people thought that Oscar Valdez should not have gotten the nod in that fight. But nonetheless, he did get the nod. So Oscar Valdez, prior to that, he put on the performance of the ages, right? When he took on and defeated the longest reigning champion in junior lightweight at the time, that being Mexican superstar boxer that Oscar Valdez took on, and he defeated in dramatic fashion. Okay, Oscar Valdez, he defeated this fighter in dramatic fashion, and most people peg Oscar Valdez as the underdog, seeing as though this particular fighter only had one loss going into the fight. He had one loss with 38 wins, one loss, no draws, 34 big wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'7", and 71-inch arm reach, that being none other than Miguel Berchelt. But Oscar Valdez, he ended up knocking out Miguel Berchelt in dramatic fashion. And that truly, truly introduced Oscar Valdez to the sport of boxing and the boxing world when he got that knockout victory. Okay. And then once again, Oscar Valdez was in the news for something other than, what he shouldn't have been. It wasn't great news, is that he tested positive for a banned substance. So with that said, nonetheless, Oscar Valdez is a major player, and Shakur Stevenson, well, he's been trying to get a fight with Oscar Valdez for quite some time, since they both was at 126. Now they're both at 130. Okay, so that's the fight Shakur Stevenson wants to have. But again, Bob Arum is saying another fighter, 35 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 29 big wins by way of knockout, Mexican superstar boxer, 26 years of age, 5'7", with 72-inch arm reach, that being none other than Manuel Navarrete, is going to be looking to move up, and he could possibly be the replacement or the next opponent, dare I say, for Oscar Valdez. So Shakur Stevenson, he attested to this, and Shakur Stevenson said, if Bob Arum makes that fight with Oscar Valdez and Navarrete, who's a small guy moving up to 130, he says that he has to believe that Bob Arum is protecting Oscar Valdez from him. So he don't want to believe that, okay? And again, the performance that Shakur Stevenson put on tonight was very, very eerie, similar to that of Floyd Mayweather, okay? And a lot of fighters are going to be shy away from fighting Shakur Stevenson after this performance that he put on. And the fact that Floyd Mayweather, he co-signs Shakur Stevenson. He believes in his skill set. Now, obviously, Floyd Mayweather, he has another fighter in his stable that would make for a huge fight with Shakur Stevenson, and that's undefeated 3-division world champion, who is now 25 wins, no losses, no draws, 24 big wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, who is a southpaw as well, that being none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. So we can see Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson in a massive, mega pay-per-view showdown. That would be absolutely enormous, okay? But will Floyd Mayweather be willing to make that fight anytime soon? I'm sure Floyd Mayweather will see a lot of flashes of himself in Shakur Stevenson, as he does with another fighter in undefeated lightweight WBC world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney. He sees a lot of himself in Devin Haney, and Floyd Mayweather is going to be reluctant to make those fights with Gervonta Tank Davis. It's not Gervonta Tank Davis that's going to be reluctant. It's going to be Floyd Mayweather. It's a lot of flashes of Floyd Mayweather and Shakur Stevenson as well. So with that said, Shakur Stevenson says that if he can't get Oscar Valdez, which is his number one option, then he would love to face Olympic two-time gold medalist, three-division world champion, superstar boxer, former unified lightweight world champion, Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. He says that he would love to fight Vasil Lomachenko so he could one-up undefeated unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Teofimo Lopez. So he wants to get Vasil Lomachenko in the ring as well. But he wants, his number one objective is Oscar Valdez. So we got to see how this is played out moving forward. Floyd Mayweather co-signs Shakur Stevenson. It's going to be very difficult for him to get fights. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media, bro. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.